Good evening, everybody. We are back. How lucky are you? As if you don't know, then get to know. This morning we covered the first leg of tonight's meeting at the National Speedway Stadium as the Belle Vue races romped to a 57-33 victory over the Leicester Lions, and Leicester Lions now hoping to do to Belle Vue what the Aces did to the Lions earlier today. I'm joined this evening by just Dill because we decided Alan was crap, so we've sacked him. But how are we doing this evening?
Yeah, it was a good meeting this afternoon. We always say this morning on these. It's gut instinct, isn't it? But an early one, anything before sort of 5 o'clock in the afternoon, classes as morning, don't it? But it was a good meeting this morning. But yeah, no Al. He's been given the evening off.
So we've just got a message pop up on the screen, so we've got more to talk about because the start's been delayed till 7:40 p.m.
Why?
I don't know. Is there anything on updates
Let's
or
have a look
socials?
at
Or
updates. No, there is nothing on to updates. Dan Bewley being interviewed on the screen as it stands. Obviously, we can't show racing or anything, or even put the interviews on because they're copyrighted. But Dan Bewley went through the card with a full maximum, got the bumps, and they dropped him. And it looked like a height he'd fell from as well. To be honest,
got to do what you've got to do. Obviously, the big change of this meeting is that it's not on BSN anymore because the BSN bus broke down. And Manzel Dawad, whoever the bloody hell he is, has just posted in a group on Facebook, "Not happy and I can't afford to pay Leicester TV." Don't you just love Speedway fans sometimes?
yes, I know it's frustrating, but ultimately breakdowns happen. It is what it is. Like, there's no point going on social media and complaining about it. It's not BSN's fault. They haven't broke the turbo on the van themselves, have they?
No. No, they have not. At least you wouldn't like to have thought so. But, yeah, an interesting meeting coming up this evening.
Should be good, this. Should we have a quick look through the lineups? They're unchanged from this morning. Do you want to do the Belle Vue team?
We've got time. I'll do the Belle Vue Aces for this evening. So for the Aces, then their team managed by Mark Lemon, one of our associates, Mr. Winchester's favourite people on the planet. He wishes he could live with Mark Lemon.
Yes.
At number 7 is their rising star, William Cairns, which is the oddest thing to happen in British Speedway, and there's a lot of odd things, because who'd have thought the opposition rising star would be racing against the club that his dad owns? British Speedway, isn't it?
Cairns is more at home than the home team's rising star.
At number 6 has been quite impressive so far for the Aces this year. It was a bit crap at Sheffield, but that bit don't matter. Terziski. At number 5, went and got a maximum in Manchester this afternoon, whenever the bloody hell it was. He got dropped on his backside having the bumps, but that's Dan Bewley. Also very impressive at number 4 this morning was Zach Cook. Peter Kilderman rides at number 3 in what is still probably the strangest signing of the season. At number 2 is no Norwick Bladorn again because he's pretending to be concussed. So Jonas Shepson comes in at number 2. And at number 1, unfortunately, Brady Kurtz is still suffering with gingeritis. So Tom Brennan comes in to guest at number 1. Have you got a man to watch and why?
I'm going to go with Jonas Shepson, the guest at number 2. I saw him here a couple of times last year with Birmingham, and he really enjoys this track. I was really surprised that Leicester didn't try and snap him up during the winter. I think he was on a bargain average, and around this track in particular, I think he's a really astute rider to have. He did a couple of good meetings here for Birmingham last year, and I think he'll have a decent one tonight as well.
So I've gone for Tom Brennan. I've gone for the other guest. He really likes riding this Leicester track, and he was quite pivotal, if I remember right, in the grand final last season, especially around here. And I think he played a part in the grand final the year before, guesting for. It was either Belle Vue or Leicester. I can't remember.
I think you're right.
But yeah. But Tom likes this place, and just a bit of paid practice for an Ipswich go, isn't it?
It is, and so was this morning's meeting in Ipswich at Belle Vue quite soon as well.
I don't think it's a million miles off, is it?
It's this month. It's definitely this month. Although we are still quite early in the month. For the Leicester Watling JCB Lions at number 7, Joe Thompson comes in on a 28-day contract to replace the injured Dan Gilks. Drew Kemp rides at number 6, who started well this morning but really did tail off after his first heat. Sam Masters rides at number 5, another rider that struggled this morning, to be honest, there's no other way to say it, as did Kyle Howarth, who showed a lot of grit and determination but got himself excluded, and that was sort of it. Nick Morris tried this morning but got past quite easily, just maybe a little bit of rustiness, but he goes at number 3. Dan Thompson goes at 2, who had a mixed bag, should we say, and Ryan Douglas, who, let's be honest, carried Leicester this morning at Belle Vue, goes at number 1. Have you got a Leicester rider to watch, Palmer?
I'm going to go for Drew Kemp. He had a very good heat too, and then, yeah, he got more than what an Ethiopian kid gets at Easter afterwards. And I think, especially at home, this year more than any, he's got points to prove, and yeah, he's going to really need to step up in that reserve berth this year.
Yeah, and the pressure's on a little bit. We saw this morning Joe Thompson struggled a bit, and Drew's sort of expected to pick up those points. He's not got championship racing or the confidence that comes with it this year either, has he?
Absolutely not.
I'm going to go for the man that we both have a lot of time for, Ryan Douglas. He was imperious this morning for Leicester. He was the only man who even came close to ending Dan Bewley's maximum, and barring a mistake in the last bend, probably would have ended it as well. He's taken that number 1 spot for Leicester and ran with it, but if Leicester are to get anything tonight, he's going to need some backup from elsewhere.
Yeah, again, it's one of them, like this Leicester team, it gives me a vibe of Scunny. Yeah, they've got a solid rider at number 1, but it's just backup is limited.
Yes. Shall we have a quick look at what we've got coming up later on this week as well? Well, we've got time. We ain't in no particular rush, are we?
Absolutely not.
It's on the screen.
So coming up on Wednesday night, we're watching Paul versus Scuddy. Get on! It's alright. We're going to watch the heist of the century. This is going to be more shocking than Seth Rollins' first cash-in at WrestleMania. It's Scunny are going to take at least a 20-point defeat at Paul.
Yes, that's the optimism we like, Palmer, and we will also have updates from Oxford and Plymouth. A little bit of a concerning time for Oxford fans and Speedway fans in general. A lot of rumours circulating at the moment, Palmer.
There is. I think we said it in a different chat as well, but yeah, there's been some behind-the-scenes issues with the Greyhounds at Oxford, and it sounds like the Greyhounds are being kicked out there, so it's now down to the Speedway, and to try and keep a Speedway team sustainable in this day and age, you need a second sport at that track, and if the Greyhounds are being booted out at Oxford, I hope Jamie Courtney's got some very, very deep pockets.
Or can bring in another investor. You know, you could, if the Dogs go, you could maybe, although I don't know what their planning application was, but you could maybe open it up for practices and stuff like places like Leicester do. It is viable to keep Speedway open as a solo sport, but you need to open up to stock cars or practice days and stuff, and you'll only make so much back off them.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously, working at amateur meetings at Scunthorpe and done the odd one or two at Workington, you get, and I've done one at Leicester, ironically, as well. But you do sort of get to understand what clubs make out of them. And yeah, sometimes it can be, you can take home 3 or 4 grand from a meeting. And sometimes, once you've paid the people that need to be paid, I mean, medical cover don't come cheap. And let's be honest, between all of us, I don't come cheap either. So, and if certain somebody's watching, I don't come expensive as well. So, but yeah, practice sessions are good if you haven't got massive amounts of money to pay out. Amateur meetings are good if you haven't got massive amounts to pay out, but you ideally, as much as fences aren't necessarily helpful towards the speedway, stock cars pay to race.
Yes.
And that's what you want to enhance your stadium investments.
Yeah, that's it, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. Oxford have tried to put out a statement reassuring supporters, but you hear rumours and stuff, and they are just rumours. There's no confirmation or anything that there is any impact to the speedway, but it certainly does make you worry, don't it? One team may be coming into the top league, and a team at the second division could potentially be in a little bit of bother, and through no fault of their own, really.
I mean, I don't know the full ins and outs of all of this, but it's quite worrying when you're hearing things of the stadium owners wanting 20 grand a month in rent.
Yeah.
And a lot of speedway clubs don't get 20 grand over the course of 10 years.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, it's very hard to make any kind of profit in speedway, innit?
I mean, Doc, there are some clubs that do make profits, and whether that be clubs that make a fortune make a small fortune in speedway by starting off with a large one, or whether it's clubs that are quite limited with their budgets. You can become a profitable speedway team, but you probably won't be up there pushing for trophies.
No. Winchester's in the comments, first on the comments tonight, and then he says harsh. I don't know what we were talking about at the time when he commented, to be honest with you.
I don't know why Winnie would be like harsh. Is it because I put him through the fence in STS earlier? Is that what it is? Winnie?
Yes, that's definitely it.
If you need to go and cry, I'm sure Jackie Winnie will be available for you at some point.
And a rare occasion where the double header, the teams are identical. There's no injuries, no anything, no change. Oh, harsh for sacking Al. We ain't sacked him. He's probably off playing football or something. To be fair, Al was never planned to be involved in this evening's watch along.
No.
He may be involved in Wednesdays though, unless he's off playing football. That will be confirmed. Whoever that was that's just done a practice start's going to be getting a fine because you're not allowed to do that now without your helmet on.
Naughty boy. Who knows? Graham Hunter, tonight's meeting referee, might have been sleeping on the job.
Green light's being tested, so he's definitely awake.
Excellent.
Some interesting comments on the Speedway updates thread. The delay was due to the crowd still getting in, so the start delay was due to the crowd numbers.
I mean, I wish I could say fair play, but from the angle we've got, it don't look like there's anybody there.
And they all generally go the side where the camera is, don't they? And we have got to give credit to Leicester for organising a stream team and commentary and everything at such short notice as well.
100%. It's not easy to set a stream up at the very last minute. Been involved in a club streaming team in the past, it's We always got there for about 2:45, 3 o'clock for a 7:30 start, and we used that whole 4.5 hours to get everything set up. So fair play to Leicester.
And we've got 8 people watching. If you are watching, get in the comments. Tell us what you've had for your tea. Tell us what you've done with your bank holiday. How many Easter eggs you had. Give us a bit of filler for the next. Well, parade's been done, but 3 minutes until scheduled start, unless it gets pushed back again.
To answer your questions, sir, I had sweet and sour chicken, rice and chips. With me bank holiday today, I watched Belle Vue versus Leicester with your good self on the old YouTube, and then I had a nap. And Easter egg wise, I've only had 2 today.
Just the 2 proper Easter eggs, or the little kiddie ones though?
Oh, proper ones.
Proper.
We've had a bag of mini ones as well.
Yes.
We say full size. They're the ones that are about £3.50 in the shops these days.
Yeah, the standard ones, because you can get the really big ones that cost you about half a mortgage.
Oh, mate, I looked at the Easter eggs on Thursday. That was available. I thought about taking out an online loan just to be able to get one.
And the shop near me the other day, the owner was saying that people were refusing to buy Cadbury's. He had boxes and boxes of Cadbury's eggs that he couldn't sell because no one wanted them because of the oil thing.
Chocolate's chocolate at the end of the day. Just get it, damn you.
Yeah.
I might pop to your shop, you know. I'll just be like, if you can't sell them, and you're sorting them out as freebies.
You want to donate them to a good cause.
If you want to sponsor them to shoot some shale,
we know a couple of guys that would put them away.
But yeah, Allen and Winchester.
And the riders, there is helmets and stuff on in the pits. We have got riders coming out, so we are starting at 7:40, pretty much. And although the start was delayed, we are just about to start at the advised start time that they said we would be starting. That's a first for Speedway.
Get on.
Leicester need to start well. They started. Dougie won Heat 1, but Dan Thompson retired earlier on, and they kind of need to hit Belle Vue hard if they're going to have any chance of clawing into this deficit, which is, let's be honest, almost impossible to claw back. But we'll see what happens.
It's not impossible.
It's just unlikely. They need a few 5-1s in the early heats to put some pressure on.
Because the Workington Edinburgh meetings from 2018 can say you can lose 61-29 in one leg but win 62-28 in the next.
We're at tapes feet number 1, going off the inside gate in yellow is Jonas Jepsen, gate 2 in blue is Dan Thompson, gate 3 in white is Tom Brennan, and off the outside in red is Ryan Douglas. Second meeting in a row, Dougie gets gate 4.
What a boy.
We don't know who won the toss, but these are the early gates. We'll keep an eye on Belle Vue won the toss and took 1 and 3 again.
Got to do what you've got to do. So Stat Marshal then getting these guys into some form of order.
I will give Belle Vue credit for that their streaming service has a clock. It's very professional in that regard, isn't it? The actual product is very good.
Yes. So Start Marshal James Spencer walks away then for heat number 1. As the tapes fly away, we go to fairly even start there, but as we're going to the first turn first, it's Jonas Jepsen that gets there first with Dan Thompson there in second, but not Brady Kurtz, Tom Brennan looked to come underneath.
Dougie. Dougie came steaming up the inside and had a bit too much speed, nearly ran into Dan Thompson. Dougie, I suspect, will go for that. And very well done to Tom Brennan for he literally did a 360 to avoid hitting Dougie. That was some really good defensive action. Dougie gets some speed and Dan Thompson's there and he's just going in too quick. Dougie will go for that, I'm certain. But look at Tom, literally does a 360 to avoid clouting Dougie. Brilliant. And
so that's not the start Leicester fans wanted the home season to kick off with.
No, and Jonas Jepsen had made a blinding gate from the inside, and Dougie had just got past Tom Brennan as well. Dan Thompson was there in second at the time of the stoppage.
Carry on. People say there's no passing at Leicester.
We get 360s passing and everything. We'll wait and see what happens, but I would suspect Ryan Douglas goes for that.
Yes. I'll have a look on the Leicester Speedway app.
Oh yes, I need to download that.
Match day live. That doesn't say anything.
I'll keep an eye on updates in case Elliot gets in. No, nothing yet.
No? That's not very good.
I wonder if Dougie's being checked over by the medics or something. The camera's pointing to the pits. I've not seen Dougie go back yet, but there's nothing really happening at the moment.
There isn't.
It's whether the ref has judged Dougie to be coming in too quick or whether Dan Thompson has locked up. But for me, Dan's not locking up or anything. He's just taking his line.
No.
And Dougie, I think, came in just a tad too quick. But either way, there will only be one Leicester representative in this rerun, whichever way it goes.
Well, I don't know. With the certain man in charge today, Mark Lemon would probably be excluded for turning up.
I don't think the 2 minutes is on. So we'll see who comes back around to the start. Tom Brennan's out onto the track, not out of the race, just in case that needed clarifying. But Brennan really well there to avoid Duggar.
He did. He pirouetted that good. He should go on Strictly Come Dancing.
And as we mentioned earlier, Tom had a really big crash yesterday, so he's going to want to avoid it in the deck again. Dan Thompson is in the heat, so yeah, it was Ryan Douglas excluded. Correct call.
Yeah, can't disagree with that, to be honest.
Ref's got that one bob on. Jonas Shepson will be hoping to make a gate like that again.
Yes, he will. I do apologise, guys. I am very tired.
It's been a long day, hasn't it?
It has, especially when you've been on a train for such a long period of time yesterday as well.
Yes, so the rerun of Heat 1, Gate 1 in yellow, Jonas Shepson, Gate 2 in blue, Dan Thompson, Gate 3 in white, Tom Brennan. Ryan Douglas disqualified for being the primary cause of the stoppage. Advantage, if you needed saying advantage Belle Vue here.
You'd like to expect that the least Belle Vue would get out of this is a 3-3.
And Dan Thompson has got the abilities to fly around this track, but if Jonas Shepson makes a gate like he did in the initial staging, I can't see him getting past.
So start Marshall James walks away then for the restaging of heat number 1, and the tapes fly away. It goes a fairly even start there, and it's Jonas Shepson that gets there again, and Tom Brennan's there with him. Now what can Dan Thompson do at the rear of the field? If anything, Thompson now is going a little bit backwards as Jonas Shepson really is putting himself in the shop window here, and he's almost been shepherded home by Tom Brennan as Tom looks a bit fast, but Thompson again, he's starting to get closer now to Tom Brennan, especially as they come into the bends. Tom's just holding the inside line and he's forcing Dan to go out wider in mid-track, and this is a dream heat 1 now for Jonas Shepson and the Belle Vue Aces, who, if there wasn't already 24 points up, I believe it is. I don't know, my maths isn't my best thing, but yeah, they're going to go up to about 30 in front now at this point. And yeah, it's going to be a massive challenge for the Lions to claw back into that aggregate lead. But what a heat 1 from Jonas Shepson there.
And as we said in the initial the start of the stream, he does log this circuit, and Tom Brennan was there with him as well. I don't think Jonas needed shepherding. Tom settled in. Dan Thompson really got tailed off quickly. Did start to catch up, but I don't know whether that was Dan Thompson catching up or whether that was Tom Brennan made a mistake. But
that replay then was quicker than the actual race.
A bit fast, weren't he? Heat 1 was won by the rider in yellow, Jonas Shepson, second in white, Tom Brennan, and third in blue, Dan Thompson. 1 point to Leicester, 5 to Belle Vue, and it's 1 point to 5.
Which on aggregate, I'll just hold on a moment, is 34 to 62.
I have no idea. I have no idea on the aggregates, not bothering to keep up with that, I must admit.
I'm not anymore. It was hard to add up after just one race.
We'll come back to the aggregate later on when we need it. But interested to see how Tate goes in this one. He's done really well at the National Stadium. The couple of meetings he's done wasn't particularly great at Sheffield the other day, but does look to have a bit of confidence about him this year.
Yeah, 100%.
Riders at the line for heat number 2 then, going off the inside gate in red for the Lions is Drew Kemp, gate 2 in white is Tate Zischke, gate 3 in blue is Joe Thompson, and off the outside in yellow is William Cairns. Had a better afternoon at Belle Vue this afternoon after failing to score last week when we watched him. Looked a little bit better, especially early on. And he's done a lot of laps around here, and so he's not particularly the away rider in this one.
He's more at home in this race than Joe Thompson and Drew Kemp put together.
Yes. And Drew was far from pleased with his performance earlier as well, looking at his Instagram story after that meeting, so he'll be wanting to put that right tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
But
the Tash game is on point, apparently.
Yes.
And that's all that matters.
And 1 and 3 worked for Belle Vue there. Well, 1 and 3 worked for Leicester in this one.
Well, we'll find out in a minute when Drew gets himself to the tapes. Come on, pal, we ain't got all day mush. So Starmash walks away and the tapes fly up then for heat number 2, and Drew Kemp's made a beautiful start there. And just like in heat 2 at the National Stadium, Drew Kemp has got the lead, and Joe Thompson found some balls to try and get himself into second, but Tate just stormed right under him. And
what on earth was Tate doing?
Fair play to Tate for getting up, but the race has been stopped.
Reds are on, yeah. The Tate got up, but he impeded Joe Thompson's race. That's why I think the Reds have come straight on.
This replay is at a more normal speed. We could actually watch and evaluate what went on here.
Joe Thompson put his left foot down really early down that straight. He slams the anchors on halfway down the straight. And Tate, he's allowed to go for that gap. Got himself all out of shape, but in doing so he screws up Joe's race as well. And I think the ref has put the Reds on because the fall impedes the other riders' race, and I can see Tate going for that.
It's the only decision I'd make.
It was almost a carbon copy of what Dougie did in the opening heat, weren't it? Same place as well.
Yeah. Same place. Maybe there's a dodgy part of the track.
I just think people are running into 3 a bit quick. Joe did have the anchors on really early down the straight, but
We've got this moment. I'm going to have a quick sup of water. I've come off the alcohol now for today. Marvellous.
I think Elliot's watching a different meeting to us. In the initial staging of Heat 1, he's put Brennan made a great start with Jepsen second. Definitely not. It was the other way around. Jepsen was leading.
Hi, Elliot. If you're watching, open your eyes, mate.
Yeah, it was definitely Jepsen.
Yeah, it was 100%.
Winnie is in the comments, the Cornetto legend. Evening all. I may have accidentally slept for like 4 hours. Good luck sleeping tonight. How's it been so far? We're only 2 heats in. Heat 1 got stopped because Dougie fell on his own and was excluded. Heat 2 has been stopped because Tate Zischke has fell on his own and suspectedly been excluded, although we don't have confirmation of that yet.
No, we don't. But yeah, interesting times at the moment.
I want to know what Cornetto Winnie is having this evening, or has already had.
Come on, Winnie, we need to know this stuff.
And we are 20 minutes after the promoted start. The meeting was delayed till 7:40 because of the crowd, so we are only on heat 2.
We are.
Track looks decent early on though, it's got to be said.
It does. It does. It's not in bad nick at the moment, is it?
Tate made a bad start then, but seemed to have speed and and just got himself a little bit out of shape. Cairns is at the start. He made a really bad start. So second bite at the cherry for Will, who's half on gate 4 and half on gate 3.
Yes.
And as expected, Saitzishki has been disqualified.
Yeah, this is the only decision to make really in that one, wasn't it?
Winnie has had a millionaire's cheesecake cornetto. Was lovely.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
The rerun of Heat 2, Drew Kemp goes off gate 1 in red, no rider off gate 2 with Saitzishki disqualified, Joe Thompson goes off gate 3 in blue, and William Cairns gate 4 in yellow. Leicester trapped on a 5-1 there as well.
They did. They'll be looking to do a bit more of the same, but I think young Willie there might have something else to say about that. Tell you what, I'm glad it's not sunny there now. Can you imagine the sun shining off the start marshal's head?
The delays, because we can't see. Cairnsey's so ready for this, and the Leicester boys are just chilling. These two will pull up now, and Cairnsey will probably pull back.
Mind games, innit?
He's not. He's ready. He's going to go for it. We get to watch Cairnsey again on Wednesday.
Start marshal walks again, and Drew anticipated that a little bit as the tapes rise, but it's the Lions that trap on a 5-1 again. Well, I'd like to see the start because I'm sure Drew had a nibble, but it's Joe Thompson that has the lead and been shepherded round at the minute by Drew Kemp with Will Cairns in the third place position, and this will be a massive confidence booster for Joe Thompson out in front if he can keep this win secured as it stands at the minute. But yeah, Drew Kemp playing a perfect team riding game here in second. He's almost slowing himself down to allow Joe to extend his lead a little bit as they enter lap number 3. And William Cairns is starting to drift off a little bit towards the back of the field now as it at the moment. But yeah, it's going to be all square on the evening if this carries on with one lap left to go. Then with the only thing preventing this from being a 6th all encounter is any slips, trips, falls and mechanical failures. First order of your evening. Thank you very much. As Joe Thompson and Drew Kemp are very impressive 5-1 in heat number 2.
Fair play to Drew there. He shepherded Joe around. Cairns, he had no real impression, to be honest. He was nowhere near, and that would have Joe's confidence the world of good. Back to the start, Drew did have anticipate, but he pulled it back in, and he actually missed the gate. He just dragged to the first turn, so he had a little nibble, and then he was stood still when they went up, so he didn't gain an advantage from the view that we had.
That makes sense.
Slightly concerningly, Will Cairns was about half a straight behind. And
considering he's done a million laps around here as well, that's a bit bad.
Yeah. Heat number 2 was won by the rider in blue, Joe Thompson, second in red, Drew Kemp, and third in yellow, William Cairns. 5-1 to Leicester, and it's 6 all on the evening. And 1 and 3 are the place to be at the moment, Palmer. 1 win off gate 1, 1 win off gate 3.
Even better.
So whoever's got 1 and 3 in this one could be a 5-1. And again, the engine rooms of the side. Peter Kilderman started slow this morning, but really got it together at the end. So I'll be interested to see how he goes tonight.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, interesting heat number 3 coming up.
And Peter Kilderman's off gate 1. It's Belle Vue off 1 and 3 this time. Then shall we just put the 1-5 in now?
Well, I mean, if Kyle's riding like anything he did this morning,
yeah,
he might have something to say about that.
Yeah, it was a bit ruthless this morning, weren't it? But maybe too ruthless. He looked like he had a personal vendetta against Saitzishki at some points.
Maybe they have.
But the lineup of heat number 3, gate 1 in white, Peter Kilderman, gate 2 in blue, Carl Heworth, gate 3 in yellow, Zach Cook, and off the outside in red, Nick Morris.
That it is.
And Zach,
God, Dan, wake up.
Yes. Have a Monster Energy beverage.
I haven't got any much.
Oh no. Have another beer.
I haven't got any of them, I've.
Oh my god.
We've got flavoured water or
Council
cloudy
pop.
lemonade.
Oh, cloudy lemonade.
Asda's own.
Nice. You tried the Lucozade pink lemonade? That's very nice.
Not yet, but I will do when we're paid on Friday, or if anybody, while we provide this service, if anybody wants to sponsor us any. Hint, hint, wink, wink, and all of that. Start Marshal just getting Zach Cook into position then for heat number 3. Start Marshal walks away and the tapes fly up, away we go. And it's a fairly even start, but it's Peter Kilderman that gets that first turn first, with both the Lions boys there in second and third. Now what can Zach Cook do at the rear of the field? And this wasn't a sight we saw this morning, Zach Cook at the back, but Nick Morris is now starting to put Peter Kilderman under some pressure here. It's currently a Berwick 5-1 if you think about it. But yeah, a good start there from Peter Kilderman, and I don't think Peter Kilderman's ever ridden this place as good as what he's doing. And if anything, Zach Cook's massively trailing now at the back, and I think this is all but settled now, and it's going to be 9-all. Barring any form of slips, trips, falls, and mechanical failures, of course.
He's at the double.
Anything could happen, as Ellie Golding would say, with 1 lap left to go. And Peter Kilderman's just so stylish on a bike. He's making this one look easy. And he pulled a wheelie going down the back straight. And yeah, he takes the tapes to flag. Episodes available now. Win.
And Nick Morris was there early on. He made a good start, but Peter Kilderman rode a really good line, and there was a lot of question marks over him. So far in the meetings we've watched, he's been solid enough.
Peter Craven doesn't count.
Zach missed this by some distance, didn't he?
Yes.
And Belle Vue were actually on a 5-1 into the first turn somehow, and then they went past, Leicester boys both went past Zach like he was stood still. I thought Nick was, we didn't see it, but I thought Nick was going to do Peter Kilderman off that 4th bend, but good ride from the Belle Vue man, and it was a win for the rider in white, Peter Kilderman, 2nd in red, Nick Morris, and 3rd in blue, Carl Howarth. Another 3-all, and it's 9 points apiece after 3 heats. Could we see Mark Lemon make a change here and bring in Tate, just to, because he looked decent enough in before he fell in that other one, and Mark Lemon will want to put the aggregate point to bed early on, I think.
And Mark Lemon likes Aussies.
A lot of pressure on this rider in red. Wasn't great this morning, was he? We've got to be honest.
No, not when you're getting 5-1 by Bewley, which, okay, fair enough, and by Will Cairns.
Yeah, and there was a lot of outrage from Belle Vue fans at Bewley taking that win off Cairnsey in the last bend of that heat, but Cairnsey still got the paid win, and yeah, he'll be happy with that, but it would have done him good to have got the outright win, I think.
Yeah, it's one of them, innit? But yeah, fun times. Come on, Bewley pal, we ain't got all day, mate. Some of us have got to go to work in the morning.
Centre Green presenter is a jolly old fella.
He's not as jolly as that one at Scunthorpe.
This guy looks like he's had a beer or 6.
I can respect that.
That one at Scunthorpe usually has had a beer or 6. We should note that only happens after the meeting, not before.
Yes, just in case anybody's listening that doesn't need to know the goings-ons.
Heat number 4, Will Cairns does retain his spot and goes off gate number 1 in yellow. Joe Thompson goes off gate 2 in blue. Dan Bewley gate 3 in white. And Samuel Masters off the outside in red. Gates 1 and 3 are the places to be at the moment. 2 wins off 1, 1 off 3, sod all off the other 2. So if Leicester are going to keep this meeting level or are going to edge ahead, they're going to have to do it off the unfavourable gates.
That they are. It's going to be fun. See what Sam Masters can do on his home track then as the start marshal walks away and the tapes fly away.
Joe's got it.
And Joe Thompson's made an absolute blinding start once again. And Dan Bewley's there and thereabouts. And Dan Bewley's got himself into that first position. Sam Masters in third, but going wide, looking to get round his teammate. And Joe boxed Sam then. That's... Who needs opposition when you've got teammates like Joe Thompson? And now, if more than anything, Sam Masters, the home number 5 and captain, is in a battle with William Cairns, rather than Joe and Dan Thompson. Dan Bewley's just out there. He's got this one under wraps. His pulley wheel is going down the back straight as you do as they enter the final lap then of heat number 4, and yeah, it is all but settled now. Dan Bewler's in a different postcode. He's in the Starbucks at the other end of Beaumont Park at the minute, getting himself a coffee at this point. And a very good second place here for Joe Thompson, even if he did mess it up for Sam Masters. But yeah, that'll do Joe a bit of world of good, that as well.
To be honest, I think Leicester would have taken that at the start of the race, just let Bewley go, and I don't think Sam would have been anywhere near Bewley even if he'd have passed Joe. I think it was more important to keep Cairnsey out of the back. But what a gate from Joe.
Oh, mate. Something's happened to Joe, because this is the best I've probably ever seen him ride.
He was just taking his line. He didn't know Sam was there. I don't think he didn't look back. And as a young rider, the less experienced of the two, you just ride your own race and let the experienced rider focus on themselves as well. Heat number 4 was won by the rider in white, Dan Bewley, still undefeated for his bank holiday Easter Monday. Second in blue, Joe Thompson, and third in red, Sam Masters. Points again divided 3 apiece, and after 4 heats, it's 12 points each. Winnie is going for a 44-46 to Belle Vue.
Well, as it stands at the moment, it's 12 apiece with Ryan Douglas on Nout, Dan Thompson 1, Nick Morris 2, Kyle Howarth 1 and 1, Sam Masters 1 and 1, Drew Kemp 2 and 1, and Joe Thompson on 5.
Hero of the meeting so far for the home side, isn't he?
Come on, Clean Cut Sports, give us the Belle Vue ones, because I don't really know how to add numbers up. It's nice when you guys do it for me, Clean Cut Sports. Help a man out, please. You could have my GCSE D in maths. And for Belle Vue, just like that. Tom Brennan on 2 and a bonus. Jonas Shepson 3. Peter Kilderman 3. Zach Cook fell to score in his opening ride. Dan Bewley on 3. Tejisky's got a kiss next to his name. And William Cairns is on 1.
Will Cairns is concerningly slow.
Now, someone's put this in a group chat we're involved in. Has Cairnsy been paid off by his father?
No. Nah. Nah, I don't think he has, to be honest. He wasn't particularly good at Sheffield the other day, was he?
No.
Has he bitten off a little bit more than he can chew, maybe?
I think he's one of them riders, he's better than what he thinks.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. But when you're going out to Australia and America or winter and you're training with knobheads like Greg Hancock and that, yeah, it's alright to be able to say, I trained with a 4-time world champion. But there's only so much that can get you, and there's only so much training on your own can do.
We're not having a track grade for this one. We're straight on to heat number 5, and the track's in good nick. Why slow the meeting down unnecessarily? The darkness is falling already. We're back on speedway under the lights.
Rob Godfrey, are you running this meeting, pal?
And Leicester find themselves on the favoured gates this time, and we'll be looking to capitalise on that. But Jonas Shepson and Tom Brennan look good in Heat 1. But the track will have changed in the last 25 minutes or so since they were out.
Yes. Yes, it will.
And if anybody likes what we're doing, we're back on Wednesday for Poole versus Scunthorpe. Palmer's going to watch through closed eyes somehow.
I'm gonna have my program board in front of my eyes and I'll just keep up.
Heat number 5, gate 1 in red, Nick Morris. Gate 2 in yellow, Jonas Jepsen. Gate 3 in blue is Carl Howarth, and off the outside in white is Tom Brennan. Will we see one of the Belle Vue boys continue their unbeaten run after their opening race off the unfavoured gates, or will the 1 and 3 gates pairing continue its dominance early on?
Well, we'll find out when the boys get called into order. Come
Good
on,
start.
James, mate. Yeah,
There's been some passing though. It's been a good start.
been a decent start to the meeting. I can't complain. And I'm normally Leicester's biggest critic,
Yeah,
according to some.
you can be very outspoken on Leicester, can't you? If it's not a good track,
I
you won't split hairs. You'll say it as it is.
But we're all friends again now at the minute as the tapes fly then on heat number 5. And Nick Morris has made a beautiful start there. He's got there first, and Kyle Howarth's got there with him. And Jonas Shepson's not a million miles from them. Tom Brennan disappointingly at the rear of the field in this one. Maybe Tom knew he was my man to watch, but yeah, Nick Morris pulling a wheelies to go down the home straight, and the Lions are going to open the lead for the first time this meeting. And for the first time tonight, I do believe. Yeah, first time tonight. The whole day, Leicester are going to take a bit of a lead at some point in the meeting as they enter the third lap now. And Nick's just pulling wheelies as he goes down the home straight. He's not doing it on the back straight. The back straight crowd don't deserve to see that, apparently, as I'm coming around turn 3 and 4 then. And the Lions are going to be on a big 5 on this, and it's going to be a big confidence booster for the Lions. But even if they got another 10-5 ones after this one, it's going to be very, very difficult to get anywhere close to that aggregate. But that was a very, very solid ride there for Nick Morris and Kyle Howarth.
And they trailed the Belle Vue boys off, and 1 and 3 come to the party again. They just seem to be dragging to the first turn better.
But yeah,
that looked like the Nick Morris of old. He looked like he was having fun there.
Maybe he's turned that corner.
And he was obviously going to be a bit rusty coming into the, today was his first meeting on British soil. He did press day with Berwick and with Leicester, but, coming to the tapes for your first meeting's completely different, isn't it? And he's got things turned around, and he's only dropped just the 1 point to an opponent so far as well, and that's what Leicester look for with this pairing. Heat number 5 was won by the rider in red, Nick Morris, second in blue, Kyle Howarth, and third in yellow, Jonas Jepsen. 5-1 to Leicester, and it's now 17 points to 13, and as Palmer said, Leicester take the lead for the first time across the entire day.
Yeah. It's only taken
20 heats.
20 heats.
Quick maths. It's going very dark very quickly.
Well, it's that time of night, Some of us, it's past our bedtimes.
We've got 9 people watching us. For a bank holiday Monday, I don't think that's too bad.
That's not bad.
That bike certainly didn't react as quick as the first one for Tate.
No, absolutely not. But it looks like Tate's sticking with that one for this race.
And the thing about this is Leicester are 4 points up, and Ryan Douglas has failed to score yet. If Dougie hadn't have been excluded in Heat 1, who knows where we'd be about now.
Yeah, you've got a very good point.
But Leicester are off the unfavoured gates in this one, so can Bewley and Tate take advantage of 1 and 3? Bewley looked quick in his first race, to be honest.
He looked rapid.
He did. But Dougie made this a bit of a fortress last year, barring a couple of mistakes in a couple of meetings. He was very quick.
Yeah, 100%. Hello, Paddy.
Here number 6, gate 1 in white, Dan Bewley. Gate 2 in red, flying Ryan Douglas. Gate 3 in yellow, Tate Zishki. And off the outside in blue is Dan Thompson. The 2 riders that fell in their opening heats off 2 and 3 here, so one of the 2 of them are going to score points.
Who knows? Maybe they'll both score points.
Dan Bewley off the favoured gate, and he looked rapid. Nobody's going to beat Dan here, I don't think, unless Dougie can out-trap him and pin him to the inside.
Yeah, it's a mammoth task, that, innit, really?
Tom Brennan tried that in the last one, going out to mid-track and maybe wide, and there was nothing out there, was there? He just went backwards.
No, that was literally it. So start marching what's away for heat number 6 as the tapes fly away. We go. Dan Bewley's made a beautiful gate there, and Dougie's going high, wide and handsome, and it's not really worked out. And it's currently a 3-all as it stands with Dan Bewley in the lead. Then Dougie's there in second with Dan Thompson there in the third place, and Tate Zishki not a million miles off here, but not really anywhere near looking like putting some pressure on the 2 Lions boys. So it's already fairly spread out, and it's still going to be a 4-point lead to the Leicester Lions as things stand. barring any slip strips, falls and mechanical failures, we didn't have many this morning, so we'll give you a couple more now. You're very welcome. As Dan Bewley comes round, turns 3 and 4 for the penultimate time, I do believe. And yeah, he's looking very fast in the out in front. Is Dan Bewley. He's built up one hell of a lead now over Ryan Douglas there in second as well. It's scary how fast Dan Bewley looks on, especially on the stream, as he pulls a little wheelie as he goes over the home straight flags.
Is it bad that I put that result in as before the first lap had even ended? Dan Bewley looks a different beast this year. I know it's quite a... See, why does this camera look a bit lighter? This camera looks really dark.
I don't know.
Can you see the contrast? There's such a difference.
Yes.
There you go, Palmer. Beautiful wheelie for you from Daniel Bewley as well.
What boy? He's alright for a ginger one.
Heat 6 was won by the rider in white, Dan Bewley, second in red, Ryan Douglas, and third in blue, Dan Thompson. Points divided, and after 6 heats, Leicester 20, Belle Vue 16.
That it is.
Nobody's going to beat Dan Bewley today, are they? I can't see him being beaten.
It's highly unlikely.
Tate Zishki wasn't a million miles away there, but it wasn't particularly close either. He wasn't tailed off or anything. But and the start of a meeting sets the tone for the night. You know, getting excluded in your first race is far from ideal, isn't it?
It's not great, is it?
See, this camera does look nowhere near as dark.
No, but I think that's the port. There'll be a setting on the camera which will be able to enhance the I don't know the best way to put it. I'll explain it after the race.
Yes. Heat number 7, gate 1 in red, Sam Masters, gate 2 in white, Peter Kilderman, gate 3 in blue, Drew Kemp, gate 4 in yellow, Zach Cook. Still no wins off 2 and 4. Without Peter Kilderman looking his first one, I could see him potentially changing that here.
Especially with how Sam Masters looked in his first one as well.
Yes. Drew Kemp looked like, as you called in the race though, Drew Kemp was scrubbing off for Joe Thompson, so, you know, we didn't really see the full speed of Drew, but he was definitely slowing himself down as to not get tangled with Joe, so it'll be interesting to see how he can go, and Drew can gate, and so can Sam, to be honest.
Yeah, when Sam's on it, he's a really, really good gator, but it just hasn't worked out for him at Premiership level so far this season.
No. This is his second meeting, but I wasn't particularly impressed with him at Premiership level last year, I've got to be honest.
I don't think you was you?
No. And maybe I'm overcritical, but I've seen him be a proper out-and-out number one, beating the likes of Jason Dorr, Brady Kurtz, Dan Bewley on a regular basis at Wolves a few years back.
Yeah, 100%. Tapes rise then 4, heat number 7, and away we go. And Sam Masters has got there first, to be fair, but Peter Kilderman right round the outside. Wow, Peter Kilderman really does like this Leicester track, doesn't he? And Sam Masters and Drew Kemp having a little bit of a ding-dong battle with themselves for second and third. And Zach Cook, very disappointing in this meeting here tonight, considering he virtually went unbeaten near enough in this afternoon's meeting in Manchester. Yeah, it's a bit odd to see Zach like that, but he's starting to put a bit of pressure now on Drew Kemp at the back, but Peter Kilderman's got one hell of a lead on him at the minute. And this is as a championship supporter, this is scary to watch. Watching someone like Peter Kilderman that far in front, but fair play to him. He knows what he's doing. He's got this place all but dialed up now, and to beat someone as experienced around here as Sam Masters in that fashion is certainly something.
Great ride from Peter Kilderman. Didn't make the start. Both the Leicester boys did. Sam got himself stuck in mid-track. He went to no man's land. Kilderman just went round the outside of him and cleared off. He's got a rocket under him.
He's certainly got something.
Have we been sleeping on Peter Kilderman coming into this season? He's so fast. He didn't make the
Oh,
start. He was level-ish, but he didn't make it, and he just stuck his wheel in the dirt, and it was like Sam was sat still.
I'll be honest with you, Mush. I hope I haven't been sleeping on him. I prefer to sleep on beds.
Heat number 7 was won by the rider in white, Peter Kildemand. Second in red, Sam Masters, and third in blue, Drew Kemp. Points divided 3 apiece, and at the second block of heat's conclusion, it's 23 points to 19. Please say we're having a track grade. I need a tinkle.
Yes.
We'll have a quick breather while we go a second. The tractor lights are on. Do you want to quickly run through the scorers, Palmer, and then we'll have a quick breather?
So for the Leicester Lions on 23 points and Ryan Douglas 2, Dan Thompson 2 and 1, Nick Morris 5, Kyle Hour 3 and 2, Sam Masters 3 and 1, Drew Kemp 3 and 2, Joe Thompson 5. Come on, Leicester Stream, give me the Belle Vue scores before I fall asleep.
Just like that.
Thanks very much. Tom Brennan 2 and 1, Jonas Jepson 4, Peter Kilderman's maximum 6, Zach Cook 0. Dan Bewley maximum 6, Tate Jiski a kiss and a naught, and William Cairns 1.
And we'll be back in a few moments.
So we're back on. Dill went for a wee, but we're back now. So hello. And yeah, a good meeting so far. We're about halfway through, so got another
Half to
8
go.
and 9 races.
Another half.
I thought that was Nigel Tolley just walking past then in the crowd, but it wasn't.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you never know where he's going to turn up. Could have been.
Unless Nigel Tolley's aged really well
Oh.
and has decided to look like a lady.
Oh, yeah, maybe not. Although he does like his long hair.
Yes, he does. The only thing that was missing was the magic hat.
Yes, and the flashing shoes.
And the Santa suit.
Yes.
Oh, that was some night.
We're getting ready for number 8. Yoda Shepson's look really good. Joe Thompson's look really good. Something's got to give here. Dan Thompson's not been great, has he? And Leicester are on the favoured gates here as well.
Will Cairns is just, well, Will Cairns.
Jonas Shepson is off the one gate that's not got a win yet. Could he change that? To be fair, if anyone could, it will be him.
Probably will be him.
But Joe's also been getting out there. Cairns, it will probably have done a setup change because he's been nowhere near, has he, to be honest?
It's been disappointing.
Heat number 8, going off the inside gate in blue, Joe Thompson, gate 2 in yellow, William Cairns, gate 3 in red, Dan Thompson, gate 4 in white, Jonas Jepsen. And personally, I'm glad to see Jonas doing well. I think he was harshly done by to miss out on a permanent team spot in the Premiership this season, but he's doing himself absolutely no harm whatsoever in these guest bookings today.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, sir. So, start Marshal Dodgy Darren, getting them all into order. And does the YMCA and walks away as the green lights come on and the tapes fly. Away we go. What a start there from Dan Thompson, and Joe was there with him, but Jonas Shepson's got underneath. And Jonas has gone underneath Dan now as well. Great right there from Jonas Shepson, and now Dan back underneath Jepsen now. What a race this is. I'm going to sit up for this one as... yeah, great little ding-dong battle with them two out front. And Jepsen's not done yet as he's found some speed up the inside here. Joe Thompson's in third with William Cairns at the back here. But that's not the story of this race. The story of this race is Dan Thompson versus Jonas Jepsen. And I think Dan's now just extending his lead a little bit now over Jonas Jepsen, which, you know, fair enough. That was a very good couple of laps between them two. But it's settled down a little bit now as we... enter the final lap then of heat number 8, and yeah, Dan Thompson's going to get his first win of the day as a Leicester Lion as he comes around turns 3 and 4 then for the final time to take the checkered flag.
Hopefully there's an handshake between the two there. That was a really good first couple of laps between the two. No quarter asked or given. They threw the bike to each other. They had a good little battle. No acknowledgement actually, to be fair.
They threw the kitchen sink at each other.
That did.
Never mind anything else.
It was a really good race. Dan made the start and then Jonas just ripped round, cut it back and comes underneath him, and then Dan cuts it back and goes back underneath him. Hard racing but fair racing.
That was something else.
And Dan trusted in his bike to drag him round 3 and 4 on the dirt line, and what a race that was.
Fantastic stuff.
And crucially, Joe Thompson picking up third as well, so his scoring run continues in the meeting. Hit number 8 was won by the rider in red, Dan Thompson, second in white, Jonas Jepsen, and third in blue, Joe Thompson. Leicester extend their lead by a couple of points, and it's now 27 points to 21. I'd expect to see potentially a tactical substitute coming for... is that Bewley? No, it's Tate. Bewley's in this race, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, is it against Dougie? No, it's against 3 and 4, isn't it?
Nicholas and Kyle.
Yeah. I've had a Discord message. Who's messaging me on Discord? Oh, somebody is saying they're riding that meeting on the 19th. Brilliant.
Is that the one I'm sitting out?
Yes.
Excellent.
Do I get a race day graphic on Scunny Dan Racing tomorrow?
Might do.
The Wolfie Invitational. I don't know what it's called. A 4-team tournament at this really weird named track.
The 5H1T. See you next Tuesday's Invitational Fours.
Yes. Heat number 9, gate 1 in red, blue, Carl Herf, gate 2 in white is Dan Bewley, gate 3 in red, Nick Morris, gate 4 in yellow, Tate Zishke. This pairing for Leicester has been going really well, but I don't see anybody stopping Dan Bewley unless Nick can outgate him.
And Nick gated really well in his last one.
He did, yeah, and he's off one of the favoured gates. Gate 1 has got 4 wins, gate 3 has got 3 wins. And gate 2 has got 1 win. Gate 4 has got sod all, so poor Tate.
Well, we did one this morning. It's only fair we do it this afternoon as the start marshal pulls the boys then into order for heat number 9. Lions ready.
Get
Aces ready. As the start marshal walks away then for heat number 9. As we fly away, that's a great start there from both the Lion boys, and it's Kyle that's got to that first and first, with Nick now just blasted himself right round the outside there, and it's the Lions currently on a 5-1 advantage as it stands. Dan Bewley in third, looking like he's about to be beat for the first time this afternoon, and Tate Zishke at the rear of the field, although there's not a lot in it between all four, well, between the first 3. Dan Bewley's got a lot closer now to the Leicester boys. Tate Zishke's just chilling at the back, and Tate Zishke is not showing any kind of form of what he's been showing around the National Speedway Stadium so far this season, although the big battle now is Dan Bewley's going right around the outside to try and get some ground on Kyle Howarth, and the neck and neck as it goes down the back straight, and Kyle just slammed the door shut on Dan Bewley there. A good ride from Kyle, and Dan's just got round the outside there of Kyle now. Good ride there from Dan, and Dan's now got Nick Morris in his flight. He's going to do it round the outside. Nick Morris says, no, you're not. This is a brilliant ride, this. And now Nick goes wide down.
Bewley's done it!
Bewley's done it, wow.
What a race from Dan Bewley. Wow. My God.
Fantastic.
Brilliant ride from Bewley. He was not to be denied.
And poor old Nick Water worked harder to have been Dr. Point there.
That reminds me of Heat 15 this morning with Dougie. Did all the hard work until the last bend, ran wide, and Bewley was like, thank you very much. But what a race from Dan Bewley.
Oh, it was fantastic. Which begs a question now. There's still 6 points down. Zach Cook's in Heat 10. Does Dan Bewley come in yellow here?
Yes. Who's it for?
It's the obvious choice.
Zach.
It'd be for Zach.
Yeah, definitely. 100% Dan Bewley comes into part of Kildom here. Surely. Heat number 9 was won by the rider in white, Dan Bewley, but that was not from the tapes. What a race. Second in red, Nick Morris. Third in blue, Carl Hereth. Points divided 3 apiece. As Leicester Belle Vue find themselves still 6 points down. Surely Mark Lemon plays it here. If he doesn't play it here, I don't know what to tell you.
No.
Zach's there. Why is... Oh my Christ. Big Schnoz hasn't got a clue what he's doing.
Unless they're going to play it in 12 when Tate's out. Or meant to be out.
Could be further back then, though. They aren't on the favoured gates here, it must be said, but
favoured gates 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on 1 and 3 and 12.
So, I don't know, man. Heat number 10, gate 1 in blue. Brilliant winning heat number 8. Dan Thompson, gate 2 in yellow. Zach Cook failed to score so far. Ryan Douglas goes off gate 3 in red. Peter Kilderman, who's been absolutely sublime, goes off gate 4. If he's going to keep this unbeaten run going, though, he's going to have to win off a gate that's not had a heat winner in the first 9 races. Winnie has commented, neighbours just put on our WhatsApp group, is anyone watching horse racing on their balconies? They can hear someone commentating like very excitedly like horse racing. I've educated them. Get on.
What a boy, Winnie.
Yes, not horse racing. Well, there is horsepower in these bogs, I suppose, so we're classing that.
Well, I mean, I've seen some Speedway fans, and they are the state of some horses, to be fair. So,
Really good meeting so far, this, and that was a joyous ride
yeah,
from Bewley. That
yeah, this has been a fantastic meeting so far.
I love that Winnie's got a balcony. Are you some kind of millionaire or something?
Fancy sponsoring us a tenner. It's a tape right then for heat number 10, and Dan Thompson's got there first with Ryan Douglas now blasted himself around the outside, and it's the Lions on a 5-1 advantage as it stands at the minute, and Peter Kilderman at the back in this one as it stands at the minute, but he's just about got round his partner, so now he's got round Zach. He's got both the Leicester boys, Dougie and Dan, there in his sights, and to be honest, I can't really see a world in which PK catches these two now. As
Maybe
albeit
Dan.
he looks very, very, very fast and he's closing in on Dan. But yeah, Dan knows this track like the back of his hand. This is Dan's playground, really, isn't it? So, but yeah, Dougie's doing well in this one, and it's good to see Dougie getting some more heat wins in under his belt at the Premiership level as we enter the final lap then of heat number 10, and the Leicester Lions are going to extend their lead to 10 points if things stay as they are, and Kilderman's trying one last time to get there, but he
Dan
doesn't
Thompson's
quite.
just held on. What a ride from the Leicester pair, and they've just started to turn the screw a little bit, haven't they?
They have.
And Dan Thompson's turned it on after a slow start, unbeaten by an opponent from his last two rides.
No,
Concerningly, Zach Cook was last again.
I'm just saying, 5-1 to Leicester in all the remaining heats they win on aggregate.
Blimey.
Probably isn't going to happen.
But Bewley will be in.
Possible.
Bewley will be in what, 2 of those heats? Yes, Bewley will be in 13 and probably 15 as well. So that'll be tough.
Yeah.
Heat number 10 was won by the rider in red. First win of the afternoon for Ryan Douglas. Second in blue, Dan Thompson. First defeat of the afternoon for the rider in white. In third, Peter Kilderman. 5-1 to Leicester, and Leicester open up a 10-point gap at 35 points to 25. Zach Cook looks like a polar opposite of the rider he was this morning.
I was going to say, it looks so different, doesn't he?
He's got nothing. Kilderman was quick there, but he was riding the exact same lines as the Leicester duo, and you're not going to pass them if they're on the same line as you.
Absolutely not.
Is Kilderman due to be in 12?
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be 12. I could see, although neither of the reserves are doing very well, Zach Cook may be being replaced, but Zishki's got sod all as well, and Cairns only got 1. In 14, that is.
Oh. Yeah, I could see Tate being replaced for Dan in 12 if...
and the gates are line as well, so it would make sense. Yeah, you're right.
But since when does Mark Lemon make sense?
Gates 1 and 3 have both got 4 wins apiece at this point. Gate 4's got sod all, and Gate 2's got 2. 1 for Killer and 1 for Bewley. Or was it Nick? It might have been Nick. I don't know who. I think it was Killer.
It were one of the two.
It's been a while since we saw Tom Brennan. Heat number 11, Gate 1 in white, Tom Brennan. Gate 2 in red, Sam Masters. Gate 3 in yellow is Jonas Jepsen. Gate 4 in blue, Drew Kemp.
That it is.
We got 11 people watching us. If you're watching, tell us what you think of the commentary, the meeting, the bank holiday, Easter, food, anything. Get in the comments, keep us talking.
Let us know what you've had for your tea. Let us know what Easter eggs you've had. Or if you've had any Easter egg inspired desserts, because I know there's a lot of places around here that like to cut Easter eggs in half, and like they do like little ice cream sundaes in an Easter egg.
Ooh.
And there's some places as well, because I absolutely bloody love these. They cut your Easter eggs in half and then they fill it with like cheesecakes.
Ooh, yes, that sounds nice.
So yeah, let us know what you've been having for your tea. So heat number 11 coming to the tapes now as Mr. James gets them into order. And here we go then. So James Spencer walks away The green light comes on and the tapes fly. Away we go. And a brilliant start there from Sam Masters there out in front. And Drew Kemp's got there with him at the moment, but both the aces are just coming up.
Drew!
The inside there with Drew. And Drew says, oh, no, you're not. And Drew Kemp now going high, wide and handsome round the outside there. And he's joining Sam Masters on a 5-1, and we said 5-1s all the way through now for the Lions, and they win on aggregate. But Tom Brennan looks so uncomfortable coming out of that second bend. Like, it almost looks like there's something that's going to happen. And now Drew's really forcing Tom wide there, and this isn't pretty to watch. But Drew will certainly at the moment getting the job done, and he's starting just to pull away a little bit now from Tom, who's there in the third place. And well, who'd have thought this would have happened after this morning, as at the end of the last lap then, and it's the Lions still on a 5-1. Sam Masters about to take his first race win of the afternoon, or of the day in fact, as Sam Masters and Drew Kemp come round to take another big 5-1.
The Lions reserves are being heroes tonight. It was a monumental task to draw this back, but Drew Kemp has got 3 bonus points and 5 points, and Joe Thompson has scored in every race as well. They're really stepping up when it counts, and this is a really good performance from Leicester, it's got to be said.
Leicester have only had, looking at this, one last place, and that was Dougie's exclusion in the opening heat.
And both the Lions made brilliant starts then. Tom Brennan went skywards. And a really good defensive ride from Drew, because he went a bit wide there. They caught the inside, and Drew was just like, sod that, came back round. Brilliant ride from Drew, and that's what Drew can do.
Yeah, 100%. Fantastic ride, that.
And I agree with what you said as well. Tom looks uncomfortable.
Especially coming out of that second turn.
Yeah, he lifted
just
there.
The way that he's lifting.
Yeah. Hit number 11 was won by the rider in red, Sam Masters. Second in blue, Drew Kemp. Third in white, Tom Brennan. And off the outside in yellow, the last in yellow, was Jonas Jepsen. 5-1 to Leicester, and it's now 40 points to 26. And we suspected Leicester would be a good team at home, but after this morning, they've bounced back really well.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the home team scores and I'll do the away team?
So for the Leicester Lions, sorry, I was just messaging my auntie back. For the Leicester Lions, then Ryan Douglas 5 points, Dan Thompson 7 and 2, Nick Morris 7, Kyle Hour 4 and 3, Sam Masters 6 and 1, Drew Kemp 5 and 3, Joe Thompson 6.
For Belle Vue, Tom Brennan 3 and a bonus, Jonas Jepsen 6, Peter Kilderman 7, Zach Cook 0, Dan Bewley 9, Tate Tishke 0, William Cairns 1, and you can clearly see the issues there, the 4, 6 and 7.
Yes.
And that will be worrying for Belle Vue, because they won at home, but the you know, as slim as it is, there is a chance they now lose this aggregate point as well.
One track ponies.
Yeah, they struggled down at Sheffield, and they're struggling here as well. And their fans, I don't think they'd have been counting their chickens, but they'd have certainly felt confident of wrapping up that aggregate point early. But Leicester have come out firing, and they're dialed in.
They are.
And again, as you say, you know, Dougie's only got 5 points of a possible 9 available to him. You know, a couple more from him in the opening race, and this could have been a hell of a lot more nervy for Belle Vue.
Oh, massively. And
one of their 2 indestructible riders were just made to look quite average. Kilderman in that last one, he was quick, but he couldn't pass, could he? And if gates fall against Bewley, although he's quick, he's very quick even when he misses.
Bewley's not going to get beaten today, is he, realistically?
No, I do think that was the opportunity to do it. And if Bewley goes unbeaten today, with our fantasy league rules of him being my captain, he'll pick me up a nice 60 points, or maybe maybe even 3 more as well if he gets a tactical in the next one.
Yes, that.
It's a good crowd. It's bloody cold though. I feel sorry for whoever's gone there in shorts.
Yeah, I'll be shutting my window shortly, and maybe even turning the heating on.
Oh, bloody hell. And it's been a lovely warm day, ironically, because we were at bloody Butlins this time last year and it was not this warm.
Well, I wish we was at Butley's this time last year. This
Had we
day
left?
last year was... yeah, this was the Sunday. It was the CLRC at Scunny. We'd been gone for about 2 days.
We left on the Friday, days, times, I don't know, they all crumble into one.
Oh, it don't feel a year ago we'd been to Butlins and
Playing bingo
just
bango.
hobbling around on the old crutches, going round Chapel St Leonard's. And
That was those pick and mixes though.
pick and mixes were lovely, but yeah, getting from the top bunk of a bus on crutches and having them just hang it down.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an experience.
Oh, that was fun.
That was an experience
That
for
was
sure.
Fun.
We've got 12 people watching us.
Can't fault them. They're just getting to understand the highs and lows of D&D media holidays.
Yes, which we spend watching Speedway and talking about it on the internet.
Like, literally, when we was on holiday in Butlins last year, we couldn't get away from the sport. We ended up watching Pool Speedway's press and practice
day, yeah.
Anybody else that would have walked in that room would have thought, what a pair of sad SOBs.
Winnie says, did I hear there was sponsorship options for the stream?
It's not something we often talk about, but it is something that I think we would be willing to talk about. We discussed a lot last year about if anybody was wanting to sponsor a stream to get in contact and we could sort something out.
It would probably literally be, if the were to be spoke about it, it'd just be the cost of the stream, and there'd be mentions and plugs and stuff. You know, it's not something, you know, it's not like Speedway where you'd want like 50 quid or something. Just the coverage of the cost of a stream.
And we'd put you on all the graphics and everything that we do as well, so you'd get plenty of self promotion.
And that goes on our Facebook page as well. It's not the biggest sort of following or anything like that, but you know, for £14-15, it's, you know, it's some good plugs, and we make sure we plug our friends.
Talking of plugging our friends, while we've got time, go check out 15 Heats Later if you like your Speedway podcast. They're very, very good pals of ours, and they're very big supporters of what we do, and we're a big supporter of what they do. Their podcast is available on YouTube and Facebook, and albeit it's very much a pool-orientated podcast, it is a very, very good listen. So if you get the chance to go listen to them, please do so.
Are you trying to shut your window? You sound bloody knackered.
I've just shut my window and put my heater on.
I thought so. You sounded well out of breath halfway through that read. I would say, shall we have a break? But they'll probably crack on in a minute. I think the tractors will be coming in shortly.
Yeah, I'd expect them to.
We lose viewers when we go on a break as well, so we do try and keep that to a minimum. But yeah, if sponsorship's anything you're interested in, drop us a message on either D&D Media on Facebook or Tapes to Flag Speedway Podcast on Facebook, or email. What's the email?
Email us, dndmediaspeedway@gmail.com.
Glad you know that, because I didn't. And,
yeah, I only know that because that's my login for our editing software.
Oh yeah. But yeah, we could speak about a sponsor, just the cost of a stream, and we'll plug you. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
I do like the look of this crowd. I've got to say, and you know, it would have been so easy for people to have been put off by the result earlier on in Manchester, but they've turned out and the Lions have shown up.
Yeah, they have.
So come on, you're looking forward to Wednesday's watch along?
You know what, right? I'm not gonna go into it with the mindset of a Scunny fan. I'm just gonna go into it with the mindset of it's another meeting that we get to watch until about heat number 3, and we're about 24 points down.
Gonna go into it positive. Hope it's a good meeting.
That's the plan. Oh wait, was we talking about Wednesday's meeting or tomorrow's STS meeting?
Well,
Because they're both basically the same.
yes. Yes, they are. And,
But yeah, no, it should. I'd like to think it'll be a decent enough meeting.
Yeah. And if you do want to watch that meeting, go and purchase it. It's not available on sale yet, but we presume it will come out tomorrow. They generally go out about 24 hours before from Paul's website. And if you don't want to listen to a couple of idiots sit in their bedroom commentating, Scotty Mitchell will be on the comms for Paul, a friend of the channel. Really good interview we did with him during the off-season, and
and he did say he'd come on mid-season and do another one with us.
He did, yeah. He's a really nice guy and really good at what he does. So if you don't want to listen to us talk about it, watch the Paul stream. We won't be offended, but if you'd rather listen to us, we'll be on as well.
No, as I say, well, obviously we've got Scotty on the Paul stream, and again, Beth, a very good friend of mine, on the Paul stream doing all the interviews as well. So it is a good product that they have at Paul. So there'll be no offence if you choose to listen to them, although we are better. We know what we're talking about.
And Andy Haig's production as well. Andy Haig's a really good bloke.
Yeah, they're just all round good people.
Yeah, and yeah, the tapes have come back down. The track staff and medics are back, so I presume we'll be cracking on shortly. That interval has come at the worst possible time for Leicester. They were just building up ahead of steam.
Just building up a little bit of momentum. They could have almost done with that interval after heat 9.
Mm-hmm. And I think you're probably right. I think we will see a tactical coming in 12. Let's have a look if Updates has put anything on. Not at the moment. Nothing on there as things stand.
Right, I'll have a look at the Leicester app then, see if they're selling me anything.
We've got riders coming out.
Up next, Heat 11. Yeah, Heat 11 looks exactly on here as my programme, so...
We're on Heat 12, aren't we? We're on 12 or 11?
No, we're on 12.
We're on 12.
So the updates thingy on here is a little bit slow as well.
Let's have a look when they come round. That is Dan Bewley in yellow.
They have put it up now. They've put Heat 11 result on.
And yeah, that's Dan Bewley in yellow.
That's Dan in yellow.
So heat number 12, gate 1 in yellow, tactical substitute for Belle Vue, Dan Bewley. Gate 2 in red is Nick Morris. Gate 3 in white, Peter Kildemand. And off the outside in blue, Joe Thompson. Whatever happens here for Joe Thompson, it's a tough race, it's a tough lineup for him. He's been bloody fantastic tonight.
Joe's been the hero for Leicester tonight.
Mm-hmm. And Drew has as well. The reserves have really stepped up, and so for everybody stepped up. But, you know, your reserves outscoring your opposition, who've only managed to stumble 1 point between them, reserve-wise, his dominance.
Yes, 100%.
And Belle Vue are off the favoured gates here as well. But could they have changed with the track grade and Stuart Dixon in charge of it? He's probably pulled the material from the inside now.
There's every chance.
And he's well within his right to do that as well.
It's just nice to see a track with some material on there.
And Leicester have done some real work on the track over the winter. They obviously had that break in a couple of weeks before press day, and there was a lot of damage done. So fair play for everything getting replaced really quickly and back up to scratch.
Yeah, 100%. And I have been told as well they're doing a collection for Seth Norman at Leicester tonight, as his bike's got $2.5 grand's worth of damage. the tapes rise then on heat number 12, and Dan Bewley's got to that first turn first, and to the surprise of no one, Peter Kilderman blasted himself there right round the outside and up the inside of his own team partner there, and it's the Aces on a 5-1 advantage as it stands, which would put it down to just a 10-point lead now for the Leicester Lions. And Joe Thompson's not a million miles off the pace at the back, but he's had a solid night tonight, and you know he can't be bollocked really for having a last place.
We spoke about would anyone beat Dan Bewley? Is his own teammate going to be the one that does it?
Probably. We never thought Peter Kilderman would be the one of every rider on show today. Peter Kilderman to be the one that beats Dan Bewley. However, this is the same Dan Bewley that allowed Will Cairns to lead him for 3.5 laps.
Bewley's popping wheelies for the fun of it. I think Kilderman may let Bewley through. I think he's going to shut off and let him through. No, he's not. He's not.
He's not.
He's absolutely not.
Been beaten
by Peter Kilderman.
By his own teammate.
But still unbeaten by an opponent, and Nick Morris was tailed off there, to be honest. It was always going to be tough, but that's the role of the Belle Vue dice. And there's going to be a delay because Bewley's got 2 on the bounce. The result of heat number 12 was a win for the rider in white, Peter Kilderman, second in yellow, Dan Bewley, the tactical substitute, and third in red, Nick Morris. 1 point to Leicester, 5 to Belle Vue, and it's now 41-31 with 3 heats to go.
Yeah, we're pretty sure. Well, that was the inevitable, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. And Kilderman was on a rocket then, weren't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he was fantastic, especially at opening 2 bends and back straight.
Can't believe Dan Bewley's first defeat of the afternoon comes to his own teammate. He still gets a paid win, but there's no full maximum to be had for Dan Bewley tonight.
No, I suppose winning 10 races out of 11 ain't bad.
No.
That's providing he wins heat 13 and 15.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think he does, I'll be honest.
Unless he's with Peter Kilderman in heat 15, that is.
Kilderman could do the double.
He could.
And Kilderman's on 10 points, including 3 heat wins. He's been really good, it's got to be said.
He's been value for money this evening.
He's value for his average if he keeps this form up. Doing it at Belle Vue is one thing, but he's looked undeniable apart from his previous heat before this one. He's looked untouchable.
He has. He has indeed.
And Berwick fans will be a little bit more happy. Nick Morris has scored well. 8 points for Nick from his 4 rides. Carl Eworth's out in 14 as well for Leicester with Drew Kemp, and they've both been bonus point kings tonight. Bonus points in all 3 of their heats so far.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, they have.
Who comes in 14 then? Does Cairnsey keep his spot, or does Tate come in?
It don't really matter, really, does it?
They're going to come last, whoever comes in, unless they drastically change everything.
Yeah. Literally.
After this heat, we will nominate our rider of the meeting as well. So if you do one and I do one.
Yeah, man.
There's plenty to choose from, actually, to be honest.
There is.
And Peter Kilderman, he's reminding everyone, on his day, he's a world-class rider.
Yes.
Yeah, he was in the Grand Prix for some years. I used to remember when he was in the Grand Prix, he used to take a tumble very easily.
He did. Did Peter Kilderman didn't he win a Cardiff one year?
I think he might have, yeah, I think he might be right. And what a heat we've got here. Leicester are off the favoured gates here. And I think Dan Bewley is off gate 4 in this one, if memory serves. Yes, he is. If he's going to keep that maximum going, he's going to have to win off a gate. Nobody has managed to yet this evening. Heat 13, Gate 1 in red, Ryan Douglas. Gate 2 in white is Tom Brennan. Gate 3 in blue, Sam Masters. And Gate 4 in yellow, unbeaten so far tonight, going off a gate that's not won a race tonight. Is this going to be a Dan Bewley special?
If anybody's going to give Gate 4 a heat win, it's going to be Dan, isn't it?
Yeah. Tom Brennan's been a touch disappointing, I've got to say.
Yeah, he's not been fantastic. Maybe he's starting to feel the effects of that crash from yesterday.
Possibly.
As Dan Marshall then walks away for heat number 13. The tapes fly away. We go. And it's the two Leicester boys that have got to that first turn first. And Tom Brennan's at the back. And now Bewley going to go right round the outside here of Ryan Douglas. But it's Sam Masters that currently has the lead. Although Bewley coming round the outside. And Sam Masters says, no, you're not. And that's allowed Dougie to get closer to Dan Bewley. But Bewley's there with Sam in the neck and neck as they go down the back straight. And Bewley's now just about got through on Sam Masters as...
Sam's come back!
Sam back. And Bewley says, like, you're not coming past me again, pal. And Bewley really utilising the outside line here. It's pretty cool to watch. But yeah, this is pretty much, I think, what we expected more than anything. The Lions still are going to hold a 10-point lead. And this will wrap up the aggregate point for the Belle Vue Aces as they come round to turns 3 and 4 for what I believe is the final time.
Yes.
And there you have it.
Who was second? Was it Sam or Dougie?
Sam.
Winchester has commented Kilderman only won 2 Grand Prix, 2015 Danish and 2016 Slovenian. I think the Dane you won Cardiff you may be thinking of is Christian Everson.
That's the one!
He won at Cardiff, yeah.
More importantly, a certain Swede won at Cardiff.
Antonio Lindback won at Cardiff.
Antonio won at Cardiff, and that was the best Cardiff I ever went to.
Was that 2015?
16.
16. I was there. I think I went to 2 Cardiffs, maybe 3. I know I saw Everson win and I saw Lindback win. Heat number 13 was won by the rider in yellow, Dan Bewley. The first win off gate number 4. Second in blue, Sam Masters. And third in red, Ryan Douglas. Points divided 3 apiece with 2 to go. Palmer, do you want to nominate your rider of the meeting?
Well, I'll nominate my rider of the meeting, but I feel as though I might be taking it away from you.
Carry on.
Joe Thompson.
I'm going to go for Peter Kildemand.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Joe, as I did think Joe, but I thought you'd go with him. So I tried to second guess.
Fair enough.
Heat number 14, gate 1 in white is Zach Cook, gate 2 in blue Drew Kemp, gate 3 in yellow is William Cairns, gate 4 in red is Carl Howarth. Something's going to have to improve from both of the Belle Vue riders here. They've got 1 point between the two of them.
They have. And I know it's only still very early season, but does Mark Lemon start to get concerned?
Possibly, and this is the first bad meeting for Zach, but he's been nowhere near. But if anyone can pop out and win a race, it's Zach, and he's off he's off the second best gate. Cairns is actually off the best one now.
It'd probably be the most Zach thing to go not 3.
Yeah, it would. If you're watching us, get in the comments and vote either Joe Thompson or Luke Killian, Peter Kildemand. I'll just put Killer on. It could be anybody. Peter Kildemand for the rider of the meeting.
Yes.
This has been thoroughly enjoyable. This would have been a brilliant meeting on BSN, but still we got to watch it on Lions TV, and it's been great.
It's been fantastic value tonight.
I don't know how this one's going to go. I really don't. I can't call this.
One team will have the lead at the end of it, and the other team will be Belle Vue.
Winchester's voted for Peter Kildemand. He's gone against his Plymouth rider in this one.
Bloody hell, Winnie! As the tapes rise then for heat number 14. And it is Zach Cook that gets that first, but both the Leicester boys wanting to come round the inside and outside of Zach there. They've left literally Will Keynes nowhere to go. And Zach Cook, as we said before the race, it's the most Zach Cook thing to do not free, not free. Ah, damn, get your bloody words right, man. But yeah, Zach Cook there out in front and looking more like the Zach Cook from earlier today with Kyle Howarth there in the second place position, and Drew Kemp's pretty safe there in third as well. It's going to be a 3-3, and unless anything happens, and Kyle looks quite fast, I'd arguably say Kyle looks faster than
Zach
there out in front. And one mistake from Zach and Kyle's going to be there, and even though they've only got a back straight and 2 bends to go, anything could happen. It's unlikely at this stage, as Kyle pulls some shapes coming out of bend 3, and that wraps that up.
It was the most Zach thing to do, weren't he?
Literally.
Good ride from Zach there, made the gate, got his nut down and went. Carl, as you said in the commentary there, one mistake from Zach and Carl would have been 3. It was actually Kyle that was making the mistakes, trying a bit too hard, and put paid to his hopes. But number 14 was won by the rider in white, Zach Cook. Second in red was Carl Howarth, and third in blue, Drew Kemp. Points divided 3 apiece, and with 1 heat to go, it's 47-37. Winnie has said kill demand for rider of the meeting. And they'll be in touch within the coming weeks to sponsor a few streams, defo going forward.
What a man.
That's awesome. That's cool.
We appreciate everybody's support, and again, if anybody does want to come and sponsor a stream, or if there's a meeting that you think, oh, that looks good, but commentary on their streaming service is boring, just get in contact with us, D&D Media Speedway at gmail.com, or message us on Facebook at D&D Media or Tapes to Flag Podcast, and yeah, we can cover that meeting for you.
Anybody else that's watching, give us a vote, Joe Thompson or Peter Kildemand. Once the 15 result is done, we'll announce our rider of the meeting. Give the referee a rating, which is new for us this year. Give our friends over at 15 Eats Later one more plug, and wrap up until Wednesday, so Palmer can go and get some practice in for his STS meeting tomorrow.
I'll be honest with you, my old bro. I've got my my racing picture ready for my graphic, thanks to my very good friend ChatGPT.
Brilliant. I think I'm more nervous than you, not to be racing in it, but to be reffing the thing.
Like I've said to you, and I hope my team manager's listening to this, because he's going into this meeting. So for context, for anybody that hasn't got a bloody clue what we're on about, there's a game called the British Speedway Sliders, or STS, and Mr. Dill's hosting a meeting for some newbies and some guys like myself that pop in and out that hasn't really ridden on there, and I think it's a four-team tournament tomorrow.
It is, yeah, 4-team tournament.
And the manager that's managing my team's going in there with a win at all cost attitude, even though we're all newbies. So I'm going in there with the attitude of, I'm not really bothered if I don't score, I just don't want the team to win.
Fair enough.
I'm just there to have a bit of fun.
Yeah, and you've looked better, to be fair. As practice has gone on, you have looked better. So I definitely look forward to seeing this race day graphic of yours. Who do you put in 15 then, Palmer? If you were manager of the two teams, I think Belle Vue, it's obviously going to be Bewley and Peter Kildemand.
I don't know. Probably Nick and Sam, maybe?
Yeah, maybe Dan. Dan's looks better after Heat 8. The meeting, I think, on the night he's won, innit?
Yeah.
Maybe... don't know, maybe put one of the reserves in. Both have looked decent. We're just waiting for the lineups of 15. William Cairns' bye packed up at the start of lap 4, so Cairns actually gave up in that one at the end.
Oh.
Which changes very little in the way of the scoring, 0 and retirement, same thing, but...
Yeah, it's probably about as much as I'm going to score tomorrow, to be fair.
Ye of little faith and all that, and crucially in 15 as well, Leicester have got gate choice with Belle Vue opt-ins for 1 and 3 in the first heat. They saw something even early on in 1 and 3, didn't they?
Yes.
I think they went for 1 and 3. But yes, they did. So they definitely saw a little bit of something in that one.
Yeah, 100%.
Here's our chance to thank everyone who's tuned in. Shall we quickly give our friends a last plug of the evening?
Oh, go on then. So, so if you like listening to your lesser known Speedway podcast, this is becoming like a radio advert. This
It is, yeah. And every time there's no read for content, there's no read through of this. Palmer just says it off the top of his head every time, and I think he's getting used to it now.
Literally. Yeah, if you enjoy your lesser known Speedway podcasts, go check out 15 Heats Later. They're on Facebook and they're on YouTube. Lee and Beth do an absolutely fantastic job with that, albeit a very pool orientated podcast. It's still a cracking listen and a cracking watch if you're watching it on the YouTube. And yeah, they're doing an absolutely fantastic job. They're a big supporter of us when we're a big supporter of them, and they give us shout outs like this on their stream, so it's only right we return the favour. And go check them out if you can.
We're just waiting for 15. I'll check updates, see if the lineup's gone out on there. It has not.
You check that, and I'll have a look at the app.
This meeting's been bombed through nice and quickly. 14 heats in an hour and a half, and there was a couple of delays early on as well. So they've done it in good time, I think, to be honest.
Yeah, they've done all right, but it's a cold bank holiday Monday, innit? And obviously these guys have ridden already once today.
Yeah.
They're just gonna want to get this meeting done now, aren't they? And
get off home.
Yes.
We got riders pushing off for 15. That looks like
Don't know
Bewley and
who.
Kildemand. That looked like Bewley and Kildemand.
Always was going to be, wasn't it?
I think so, unless it's not, and then forget we ever said that. That's how it goes, innit? That looks like Carl Harris in red. Or it could be Dougie. I think it's Kyle. That's definitely Bewley and Kildemand. Bewley goes off gate 4 in yellow, Kildemand off gate number 2 in white, I think.
And in yellow.
Yeah. Kildemand was in white. I think that's Carl Harris in red off gate 1. And it is, yeah. So the full lineup of E15, Leicester have opted to take gates 1 and 3. Carl Harris goes off gate 1 in red. Peter Kildemand gate 2 in white. Sam Masters gate 3 in blue. And Dan Bewley goes off the outside in yellow. Should Dan Bewley get a win or a paid win in this one, the only one rider to beat him today will have been Peter Kildemand.
That's mental to think of, innit?
And he's really kicked on this year early. I know it's early days, but he really looks up for it, doesn't he, old Bewley?
I think it's one of them, innit? Obviously, he's got a place in Poland and probably somewhere else abroad, but he knows he can just come here and just have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And when you're having fun, you ride better.
So for the final time tonight on a mammoth bank holiday Monday for us as well, and we've enjoyed it, to be honest. It's been 2 decent meetings.
It has, to be fair. I can complain. I've had to commentate on 30 heats plus restarts. You've got a job, Jeff.
Yeah, you are.
So,
right.
For the final time then tonight, You guys are going to be sick of my voice by this. You'll have nightmares tomorrow. The tapes rise then 4-8-15. Kyle Allison made an absolutely beautiful start there. And Dan Bewley,
Oh my
absolutely
God.
everybody like a knife going through hot butter. That was a stunning ride, that though, to be fair, from Dan. And now to be the main objective, I suppose, for the Leicester boys are just to keep Peter Kilderman behind. And
Peter Kilderman's fell.
goes off on his own, and you'd like to think he'll just get the bike up so the race can continue, and it's going to be a 10-point win to the Lions, and I don't think anybody can argue with that. I think I predicted a 50-40 Leicester win today for this meeting, so can't complain too much. But Dan Bewley out in front, he's been absolutely fantastic value all day, and now the two Leicester boys are just racing each other now, aren't they? For that second and third place pocket money. But yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic today. Your winner of 8:15 coming around on one wheel, Dan Bewley.
Yeah, it's been great today. Sam Masters made a little bit of a mistake in the third and fourth turn on that last lap. I just had a message from Ruth about some hockey. I'll let you know shortly when we're off here. Yeah, brilliant from Dan Bewley. He's been sublime today. Sam Masters runs a bit wide, and 50-40 is the final score. I think you've got it bob on.
And on aggregate, that's 83-97.
Dan Bewley's an absolute joy to watch when he's on his form.
And he's a good kid as well, which is always nice.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Somebody that's not he's quite a famous, dare we say, nowadays for Speedway, and he's not let it get to him or anything. He keeps himself grounded. But 8:15 was won by the rider in yellow, a second win off gate 4, only 2 wins off that gate, and both were Dan Bewley. Second in red was Carl Hauer, third in blue Sam Masters, and Peter Kilderman fell 3-all, and it's 50-40 to round us up for the day.
That it is. So for the Leicester Lions and scoring 50 points, Ryan Douglas 6-1, Dan Thompson 7-2, Nick Morris 8, Kyle Howarth 8-3, Sam Masters 9-2, Drew Kemp 6-4, and Joe Thompson 6. A team with no real massive top scorers, but strength throughout. And for the Belle Vue Aces, Tom Brennan 3-1, Jonas Jepsen 6, more than done his worth today. Peter Kilderman 10, Zach Cook 3. Dan Bewley 17-1, Tate Zisky failed to score this evening, and William Cairns 1. You can see the difference between the teams. One of them's got a rider that scored 18 points, and the other team has had consistent scoring throughout.
Winnie has said enjoyed that meeting. Thanks for both streams today. Catch you soon, fellas. We're back on Wednesday if you're around. A Cornetto and a bit of Poole versus Scunthorpe.
I'd drink to that one as well, Winnie.
We had no more votes for our rider of the meeting, but the two that came in with Peter Kilderman, I've got to say, I'll probably agree with that.
Can't disagree, really, can we?
And we've got to give the referee a rating as well. What were your thoughts on the ref tonight?
It's very similar to the one that we had this morning. Can't remember who it was now off the top of my head. Craig Ackroyd, 9 out of 10. He only had 1 or 2 decisions to make, but for me, he got on bob on, and I don't like giving out 10s.
Yeah, I'd probably agree. I think he had a couple of there were clear-cut decisions. If there were one way or the other, maybe, and he'd got them right, maybe we could bump him up to a 10. Maybe me and I were a bit generous in the first one we did with a 10, but a 9.
It's not. I'm just a tight bastard. I don't like giving out full marks or something.
But yeah, 9 out of 10. I'm fine with. Do you want to wrap us up for the evening, Mush?
So that's been a bank holiday bonanza. My voice needs a rest. You guys need a rest for my voice, so you could have tomorrow off, and then we're back on Wednesday night as the Scunthorpe Scorpions make the long trip down to the Poole Pirates, and we'll be here covering all the action on Shoot Some Shale, and I will be covering updates from Oxford versus Plymouth. But yeah, I've been Dan, he's been Dylan, we've been Shoot Some Shale. Thank you very, very much for tuning in tonight.